So did I be joined on the Star Sport podcast this week by Philip Murphy, Bandon Grammar junior coach, after they won the Munster Junior Schools Cup over Christian Brothers College, 20 points to 12. What a win for Bandon Grammar. I suppose, Philip, what an achievement for the school to win the Munster Junior Cup, first of all.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, we're still floating on air a bit here. Um, just thrilled and proud and just kind of enjoying the buzz around the school. And there's kind of an outpouring of Bandon Grammar love the last couple of days. People who have never seen a rugby ball before, people who are big into their rugby, everybody kind of feels a part of it, and that's really lovely.
And I suppose just the emotions after the final whistle went, and you knew we were going to be Munster champions afterwards. What was the feeling from the management, the players, the fans, everyone involved?
Um, like I suppose loads of stuff like delirium, pride, small bit of disbelief maybe. I suppose when you do anything for the first time, there's just maybe a niggling thing in the back of your head that you're wondering, is there some secret sauce we don't know about, or um, is there something that we just don't have as part of the recipe that isn't getting us over the line? So a lot of satisfaction in kind of knowing that there isn't a secret sauce, that we are kind of ticking the right boxes. So a lot of satisfaction that way, but honestly, just pride. Pride is definitely the big one, and there's people from literally all over the world getting in contact with the school this last couple of days. Um, Australia, Guatemala. There was some fellow watching it down in Guatemala. Um, just, I suppose we've never really had a chance. If you lose a quarter final, you lose a semi final. You're not exactly giving people a platform to get emotional and dig into their memories of the school and things like that. So it's a really nice platform for people to kind of celebrate and kind of dig into their memories and talk about, their experiences. And um, that's been lovely.
I suppose even at the game itself, like you were down 12 points to 10 at half time after a try from Christian Brothers on the stroke of half time. What was the feeling going to the dressing room when that happened and when you were down by 12 points to 10? Obviously, the second half, an amazing performance, but initially at half time, what was the feeling inside?
No, we were actually pretty content with the first half. Um, like it would have been silly to think that CBC wouldn't come at us. They have so much talent. They're well drilled. Um, and part of our preparation is preparing for the hard parts of games. It's not all going to be a purple patch or whatever. So we were actually very happy at halftime. We'd done loads of good stuff. We had executed, we'd scored, we'd got points in the board. We were down 2 points at halftime, but we knew we had the wind. We knew we had a good plan, and ultimately, we knew we had the players. And the lads were cool out. It was totally it wasn't blood and guts kind of beating hurleys off the dressing room wall or anything like that. It was very much just speaking about the things we've been speaking about all year, where we wanted to play. Obviously, we had that win, get the ball down into CBC's half, put them under pressure, try and make them make a few mistakes, and just get points on the board, get ahead, work hard. It was actually a very very positive halftime message.
And then the second half, obviously, to get the try midway through the second half. And then even at the end, like when CBC were battering down the door, trying to get a try, and your defence still held solid right until the very end as well. That must be pleasing from your aspect as a coach, too, I would imagine.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, yeah. So like Owen Maloney would have taken the defence side of things this year. And I suppose with that, um, Jamie Hicks was after giving us an 8 point lead, just scoring that conversion off the maul try. and he had gotten a really good penalty kick just before that. And I suppose that made it a 2 point game, which kind of took away the anxiety a little bit. But yeah, the lads were brilliant, putting bodies on the line, really good technique in their goal line D, and just working hard. Like I said it before, like any team that achieves anything, whether it's, you watch Man City when they were in their pomp and you watch how they played, they just worked like dogs. Um, and yeah, hard work is kind of the foundation for any of these sorts of results. And that was just a continuation of that. The guys being where they needed to be, doing what they needed to do, and just working hard for each other.
And for you, kind of coaching this group of players as well, how much pride, you mentioned pride at the start of the chat as well, but how much pride do you feel in yourself to coach this amazing group of players to win a Munster championship like this?
Yeah, look, yeah, so like I'm floating on air as well and all that. But I suppose, look, rugby is very much a tool that we use in the school to give people a good experience, to develop people. Um, we always kind of say like that we're a school that has a rugby program. We don't necessarily class ourselves as a rugby school because there's a million and one things going on around the place. Um, and I suppose the satisfaction is in that, you have, I think there was 33, 34, 35 lads kind of that train consistently with us all year. And look, they have their memories now and they'll have connections with people, and sport is all about people and all that. But I suppose as a teacher here, as a member of staff here, the satisfying part is knowing that there's really good lads coming out in the end of it that are resilient and they had good structure. And probably my favorite picture of the whole week was so there's a couple of great photos of our captain up on shoulders, and there's all sorts of crack going on around him. And I got a photo yesterday, and it's our full back Louis Duclos and Mark. They're sitting in maths class just doing their maths homework or whatever, with the cup sitting in front of them on the table. But that kind of sums up the school. Like it's as I said, there's a million and one things going on around the school. And we've some brilliant people, brilliant kids, and it's just satisfying that yeah, rugby is an instrument to kind of develop those kids, and they're walking around with smiles now, and they're brilliant representatives for Bandon Grammar. And yeah, everybody's delighted for them. But that's the satisfying part really as a member of staff.
And you talked about kind of the rugby philosophy in the school and trying to develop players. Like the school has already had graduates such as Jack Crowley, Gavin Coombs, Darren Sweetman. How satisfying is it for a new kind of new kind of crop of players to come through and be the new heroes of Bandon Grammar?
Yeah, we've loads of heroes here. Yeah, really exciting. Like I suppose, like I've been saying it last couple of days, like rugby didn't start yesterday or today in Bandon Grammar, and there's loads of work done. But I suppose just being able to put a bit of structure around what we were doing to rugby, um, like we kind of put a plan together maybe 4 or 5 years ago, like a really kind of solid plan to kind of dig a bit deeper with our first, second, third years. And I suppose that plan is kind of coming to fruition now. We had a really good junior team last year, really, really good lads. So they're gone into the senior cup setup now. And yeah, we're just pushing up another really good crop again, and they're all pushing each other, and the standard is going up and up all the time, and the and yeah, belief is going up all the time. But you have to put things in place for all this stuff. You can't just get lucky or anything like that. Like you mentioned, Jack Crowley, James French, like there's loads of Darren, like there's loads of lads. And look, all their foundations. I said about the performance the other day. It's all hard work. It's all planning. Like this stuff doesn't just happen out of thin air.
And you mentioned the Munster Senior Cup team, and like, does this Junior Cup win in a way give confidence for the school to even go on and win a Senior Cup in the next few seasons?
Of course it does. Of course it does. Suppose, look, we never put a team out onto a field that didn't have belief, but maybe there's a subconscious thing sometimes where, kind of going back to that, Jesus, is there something we're missing? Is there something we're lacking? Will we ever get there? And I think just knowing now that, yeah, as I said, there's no secret sauce, and that goes for the players too. Sort like say this junior team will be made up of mostly third years. You have a couple of second years, a couple of fourth years as well. But yeah, like say our seniors, their fourth, fifth, and sixth year, massive for them, massive for the belief. Like, why can't we go do it? Why can't we push on and win a senior cup? There's absolutely no reason we can't.
I suppose, like, even the coaching in the school, like Reece Sonnet has come back into the school in recent years as well. How much of influence has he had in the school over the last few years since he has been back?
Yeah, it's great. Like we're haunted in the school. Like honest to God, we've amazing people that have kind of soldiered with a long, long time. And I mentioned George Bradfield the other day, and all these kind of guys. There's the Collins brothers that have been here with 20 years. Um, just coaches all the way through. There's a million of them that I could mention, but we're really lucky because we kind of see ourselves as a bit kind of like the little village of schools rugby here, that like every single coach in the school has had an input into this team, like a genuinely an on-field input into this team. Um, and kind of everybody having ownership of that is what's really lovely, because they all feel part of this win, and and they can get confidence from that too. But yeah, like there's a million people that have helped us here. It's brilliant.
And you mentioned how it means to the school in previously in the chat as well. And you even seen at the end of the game, the Bandon Grammar fans flocking onto the pitch afterwards. Does that epitomise how much this Munster Junior win means to the whole school in Bandon Grammar?
Without a doubt. Obviously we're everybody's chatting about it and stuff around the school at the moment, but it's all those kids that aren't involved in rugby that are so excited about it and feel so proud about it. And if you look back in the footage of everybody running onto the pitch, it's rugby players from the other teams, but it's hockey players, it's basketball players, it's the guys who will be in the school musical in a couple of weeks' time. It's people who are representing us in debating. It's people who are rowing with Court McSherry, rowing with Kilmac Simon. Like it is 100% a whole school thing. And just people honestly that wouldn't know that you have to throw a ball backwards in a match, that are just so excited. And that's just gorgeous. Like that's magic. That really is the magic, that it's fed into everybody. Same in the staff room. Everybody's just buzzing. Everybody's absolutely buzzing. And as I said, it's just kind of offered us a canvas to kind of connect more with everybody. And sport is about people, and making those connections is magic.
Exactly so, and yeah, I suppose one more final thing I have to mention, like the rise in rugby in West Cork, we've seen over the last few weeks as well, with Sacred Heart Clonakilty winning the junior and senior double in the women's game as well in Munster level. Like, and you look at even the likes of Jack, the likes of Gavin, the likes of John Hodnett from Munster, for example. The game in West Cork is rising to an exponential level, and that could only be good for the game and for the whole region, and obviously, and it feeds into Bandon Grammar too, and other parts of Bandon Rugby Club as well.
It's funny because this particular team is the most West Cork team you'll ever see. Like I was going through the squad, and I hadn't realised it during the year, but we actually have a member from every rugby club in West Cork on the squad. Um, And then we've Carrigaline represented as well. But Kinsale, Bandon, Clon, Dunmanway, Skibbereen, Bantry, like they're all represented, which I just think is phenomenal. And then to add to that, um, we we kind of just for training purposes more than anything, we just for opposition and all that, we've actually trained and played matches against pretty much all those clubs throughout the season as well. So they too have ownership on this win, and they too should feel so proud. And it's kind of creating connection with all those lads as well. And I think that's the way it should be, like it's funny, like rugby and Bandon Grammar is like having a divisional team or something where we're like the Carberry of rugby, or like it's mad. And just all those guys out in Dunmanway, all those guys out in Clan and Neely and Bandon, Eddie, like out in Kinsale, they've been phenomenal, and like they genuinely are a really big part of it. And it is a big West Cork triumph. And like you spoke about, in general, rugby in West Cork, like with the girls out in Clan, doing insane things. You've Hammies, you have Clan are in a final this weekend, Kinsale are in finals, Bandon are playing a huge game this weekend in the under 18 and a half. It's brilliant, like happy days, like it's so brilliant. And I suppose there's always been a strong rugby tradition in West Cork without a doubt, but there's just kind of a bit of a perfect storm at the moment. And the lads above, like as you said, Jack and Gavin and Darren doing his thing in France, and then you've John Hodnett and all the other lads. It's fantastic. Like happy days, long may it continue.
Exactly. So, and West Cork rugby is exactly on the rise, and it's going to continue to keep rising in the next few years, I'd imagine as well. But for now, thanks very much, Philip, for your time. Obviously, congratulations from all of the Southern Star to Bandon Grammar winning the Munster Junior Cup, and congratulations once again. Thanks, Philip, for your time.
Yeah, you too. Thanks a million. Great to talk to you.